Sometimes I like to listen to the city's pulse. I hear it best when the people are asleep, and when I'm alone. It was a warm night, and I wanted to feel the breeze on my face. I took a walk through the first garden we planted inside these walls, to remind myself how far we've come. We've made so many sacrifices since those early days. But with the green of that garden and the murmur of the city we built up around it, I could be at peace. For a little while. Have you ever felt someone's eyes watching you, Guardian? You might not believe it, but I knew he was there before I saw him. I turned, and there he was, Uldren Sov, his spirit haunting me. Then he shouted a warning, and something snapped in the trees behind me. I spun around, my gun in hand, before I realized I'd drawn it. It all happened so fast. A Cabal assassin, one of Caiatl's, no doubt. When I looked back for Prince Uldren, he was gone. Was it a troubled spirit? A hallucination? I wasn't sleeping well before. Now I'm not sure I will at all.
There was an assassin within the walls of the last city, and no one knew until it was almost too late. Luck was on our side. Next time, it won't be. What we must do now is channel our light into a clean, burning fury and raise the Cabal Empire to ashes. Zavala may still have hope for a peaceful resolution, but he hasn't seen what I have. I'm still an Iron Lord. I'll be in the fray exacting retribution. When you're ready, you should be too.
You can almost feel the heat of Lord Saladin's rage in his written word. He states Caiatl and her Cabal have shown their true colors, that of cowards and cutthroats. He wants retribution for their attack and demands all active Guardians redouble their patrols through Cabal territories. His message urges Guardians to not hold back, to not show mercy, that the Cabal invited death on themselves. He reminds you that they speak of honor and show none. Break them. Wield the Hammer of Proving to pillage Cabal gold by completing playlist strikes, Gambit, Crucible, public events, dungeons, nightmare hunts, or the Blind Well. The Hammer of Proving permits challenges of the honorable combat to be issued, skirting the risk of total war with the Cabal. However, to be recognized as legitimate, it must be socketed with Cabal gold. Caiatl's assassination attempt on Zavala has ratcheted up tensions between the Cabal and Vanguard. Saladin insists that the only viable response is brutal retaliation. Use Cabal gold to socket a challenger medallion into the Hammer of Proving. Lord Saladin insists that you respond to Caiatl's assassination attempt in kind by eliminating as many Cabal commanders as possible.
Alright, Guardian, you're coming up on the Cabal base.
If these Scions are half what we suspect, their commander will already know you're here.
I never bothered the Guardian before. Well, hell, maybe now they'll put up a fair fight.
I'm tired of getting booped. Like, seriously. Okay, we're done. Alright, we got that done. The, disruption thing.
I always imagined these Scions as reluctant hostages to the Cabal Empire. But even now, with the Empire in ruins, they fight to the death for Caiatl.
Yeah, they're playing a bad hand as best they can.
No excuses. Eliminate them at will, Guardian. If the Scions are allowed to continue their research, it could spell disaster for the Vanguard.
Yeah, too much clairvoyance and they might turn out like Osiris. Not sure how much of that we can take.
Challenge their commander. Bring this operation
Right,
to a
yeah.
halt. Have you heard about the attempt on Zavala's life, perpetrated by one of these Scions?
Yeah, I heard. I can't bear to think on it. After Cade, if Zavala had...
How many more have to die before we take these threats seriously?
What do you think we're doing out here? I got serious bullet holes up and down my ship.
And yet we let them regroup. We should take the fight to the Cabal, instead of waiting for them to come to us.
Guardians guard, they're not invaders.
Perhaps it's time that changed.
Address the security breach with Osiris and Crow. Though he almost blew his cover, Crow's intervention in Caiatl's assassination attempt is beginning to show his value to the Vanguard.
You were seen.
At that distance, in the dark, no.
Enough to put a name to a dead man's face. The commander told Ikora. Thankfully, he passed you off as a hallucination.
An assassin was inside our walls. I had to do something.
This isn't the first time an enemy has infiltrated the city, and it won't be the last. Your concern is noted, but far from a crisis.
An attempted assassination isn't a crisis?
Zavala is quite capable of dispatching a lone Scion.
He was distracted, soon to be lightless. If I wasn't...
Unmasked? Didn't the spider teach you that even small mistakes bring large consequences?
I suppose you learned that chasing Xivu Arath.
Choose your next words wisely.
I should have kept my mask on, but I don't regret acting. I still think Zavala's in danger.
That is why I'm embedding you as his bodyguard.
Is that wise?
We need to draw in their assassins, and a full security outfit is too obvious. Keep your mask on, always. Do not speak. Can I trust you to handle this with discretion?
The utmost. My mask was in my hand. Stupid, I know, but I felt safe. I thought I could just relax for a minute. It was a mistake. Osiris tells me the commander always talks about making the hard choice. Reveal myself or let him die. Whatever I chose, someone would still say I was wrong. I'm sure you've lost people. Racked your mind for how it could have been different. Too far away to act, but close enough to wonder. If you could have stopped it, wouldn't you? No matter the cost. I've been at the mercy of something I couldn't stop, without knowing why. Blind in a nightmare. I didn't want to be the reason for more pain. The next time they come for the commander, they'll have to get through me. Mask or no mask. Just don't tell Osiris I said that.
Crow offers his apologies, but still believes he did the right thing. He's glad to have your support, and says he will be watching Commander Zavala's back more closely from here on out.
This is Amanda Holliday, reporting on my Cosmodrome flyovers. The Cabal set up shop on a bluff overlooking the moth yards. Hive's been chewing on them pretty good, but they're dug in like ticks. You know how they are. Frigates parked overhead haven't put a single round my way. Seems they're focused 110 on the Hive. One thing I haven't seen are any civilians. I don't know how big the Cabal fleet is these days, but it's gotta be spread thin. There must be a group of carriers in deep space somewhere with all their kids and old folks aboard. The whole rest of their species. Shows how much they want payback. They're risking it all on our turf, just for a piece of the Hive. I know this Cabal force looks like aggression, but I'd wager it's grief through and through. They ain't here for us. They're here for revenge. Goodness knows, I can relate.